Hello, friend, and welcome to our Borgcast Easter special for 2023, which has taken a turn for the surreal, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
On the basis that we ended up mentioning it so often, because actors get cropping up from the original series primarily, obviously, less so from Lower Decks. In this particular series, we thought we'd give it just the pilot. It's not our usual thing. It's not sci-fi. We've got no idea how awful this is going to be, and this may end up on the cutting room floor for all we know. But anyway, we thought we'd give it a go. It's the Flying Nun. Specifically the pilot of the Flying Nun, which is available on YouTube. I'll put a link on the show notes if you want to watch along.
I don't know if you'll want to or not. But, it's an Easter special, and Easter is a religious holiday, so it kind of works.
Yes, I hadn't thought of the religious connection.
Therefore, we're doing a religious podcast, but on the Flying Nun. Because, they're normal Flying Nuns. I know loads.
Yes.
Or something. Actually, isn't there a sketch? Oh, God, was it Alias Smith and Jones?
I don't know.
I'm sure there's a comedy sketch on Flying Nuns using trampolines.
Okay, right. Well, anyway, I've got it all queued up, so it's 001 seconds into the clip. So if you get past the adverts and do the same, press pause, and then we'll press play.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Get out!
3,
Get out of there! Get out!
1.
Puerto Rico. Some more volume. This is a tourist advert, isn't it? They're trying to sell us a holiday.
Whoever calls Chicago the Windy City just hadn't been to San Juan.
They have ridiculous wimples, don't they?
They have huge wimples, yes. I don't think anybody has wimples like that anymore.
No. It looks like some child tried to do one of them things,
Rabbit
when
ears.
when you point them in the different directions.
Oh, yes.
It looks like one of them gone wrong.
What's your favourite colour?
Yeah.
Sister Sisto and I were instructed to meet a young novice who was arriving that day by steamer.
Oh dear, this isn't at all over the top silliness, is it?
Thingamajig a real belt, sister, and I did. It's funny, it started
Ooh, canned laughter. Nasty.
studying your dictionary of American slang again, sister.
When I go teaching USA, I really know my way around. I got it made.
I'm afraid not.
That car's a bit like your old Mini where you had the cork for the choke.
Yes. Although my Mini didn't have wood panelling like that Austin does.
No.
I hadn't realised they had those in the Americas as well. I thought that was just a quirky British thing.
In time for Sister Bertrand's arrival. She came bursting off the boat in high spirits and a high wind. Now, the reason I keep mentioning the wind is that it's as important to our story as it was to the Wright brothers. You see, one of the many
That's Sally Fields.
Uh-huh.
It's about the only face I recognised in this.
What would we know her from then?
Oh, well, give me a second. I actually have some notes, believe it or not.
Oh, she's just fallen in the water.
All in the water.
That
Nun.
That
fell in the
canned
water.
laughter is terrible.
It is. It's going to get very irritating, isn't it?
managed to save herself.
Sally Fields. Smoking the Bandit, we know her from.
Okay.
Also in Forrest Gump. And she was Aunt May in the Amazing Spider-Man films.
Which ones are the amazing
The second lot with Andrew
Okay.
Garfield.
There Friday. I'll be back on Sunday night. Your father will never know.
It's nasty, Nick.
Is it?
No, it isn't, but it's
Okay.
Do I seem the sort of man who would take advantage of
Nick
the girl?
Dodeli.
Trust me, Consuelo.
Well, maybe I'll go. If you promise not to.
What is it now?
There's a man.
I believe this is Alexandra Ray, who's in the A-Team.
Okay.
And something called The Trials of O'Brien, which sounds like a Deep Space Nine spin-off, but there you go. And Kraft Suspense Theatre. Why did they ever think canned laughter worked?
I don't know.
It's just so artificial. It just screams, this is not funny.
Yeah.
Jen,
She's playing cards. Okay. Ha ha ha.
Hello! I fell off the dock.
They're remarkably dry.
Break up the game, girls, but I have to get to the convent. See you on Sunday at Mass.
It's a deal, sister.
What about Sunday? What about St. Thomas?
The sister blitzed us.
We agreed if we lost, we'd attend Mass for 3 Sundays.
Oh, that's one way of filling your church. Beat them at cards.
Thank you for your hospitality, Senora Maris. I'll say a prayer for you.
Oh, don't bother. I'm not a religious man.
Well, all the more reason I should say a prayer for
Well, indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's funny.
Well, he thought he was getting his end away, and then a nun turned up.
Yes. Oh, I'm Sister Jacqueline.
As well as being a flying nun, she's also a cock blocker, I think.
From Boston.
Yes.
Goes with the territory. This is Sister Sisto. Sister Sisto is from Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Oh, mucho gusto in conocerla, hermana Sisto. You're a little wet behind the ears. Well, I'm just a novice.
Sister Sisto is studying the Dictionary of American Slang. She means you're a little damp around the edges.
Oh, yeah, and in the middle, too.
Where are your bags?
Over here. Oh, Senor Ramirez was so nice to me. Did you know all those girls work for him in his discotheque? He puts them in cages.
I don't doubt it. His reputation is not exactly flawless.
You play cards often, Sister Bertrude? No, I just learned about 3 weeks ago. Helped pass the time while I was in jail.
What?
Yeah, I was arrested at a free speech protest rally.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
At this point,
It's, numerous nuns have been, to be fair,
Yeah.
so that's not
be
unrealistic.
the same again. That turned out to be the biggest.
There's a thing in the press at the moment. A group of nuns have written in complaining about the government's policy on immigration.
Okay.
Yeah. As somebody said, when you're getting the nuns rolled up, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is a tune we're familiar with, isn't it?
Yes, because of all the people that's been in episodes.
Disappointing, there's only one Star Trek actor in this one.
Is
And
there?
then they were a non-speaking role.
Oh.
I do love this tune, though. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for Sister Margarita,
Okay.
which sounds more like a cocktail to me.
Yeah,
but
well, there is a cocktail called Margarita, so yeah. And a pizza, yes.
Yeah, very
Sister
good.
Pizza, yes.
I think that dude is a recurring character, so
Wow.
I'm called to sing him again.
Okay.
With his comedy lectury and many women's. Well, the wind suddenly dropped, hasn't it, between those shots?
Okay.
Okay.
It's a house. It's not.
Yeah, I
that
was going to
really.
say that was sort of building up to something significant, but no.
Oh.
Just beautiful.
The plumbing. She's on the blank. Blank, sister. So is everything else in the convent, I'm afraid.
But it looks so well preserved.
Well, someone willed a fund to keep up the actual building, but unfortunately that doesn't cover the cost of new classrooms or modern plumbing.
I'll show you where to change. What is it, Sister Bertram? Somehow I have...
She's got rather too much makeup on to be a nun. I can't
Yes.
help feeling. They don't generally splash out on such luxuries.
No, not normally.
Bernard Slade, yes. Who developed
I
the series
preferred
as well.
the name E.W. Smackhammer.
Oh, the
myself.
director, yeah, that's a hell of a name, isn't it? Yeah. He worked on Columbo, Murder, She Wrote, L.A. Law, the 1970s live-action Spider-Man series, and a TV movie called Cocaine and Blue Eyes,
They seem so
which
clean.
starred O.J. Simpson.
You were?
I
Wow.
was the class of the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Fell out of treehouse 9 times in the 4th grade alone.
No wonder you wished you were a bird. And you almost got your wish. Some people think our cornets make us look like birds.
I suppose that's true in a way.
Oh, and away we go.
Oh,
The
she
moment of
started
truth.
to fly.
Sister?
Wow.
Have faith, sister.
I'd assumed we'd be building up to that well into the episode, but no.
No,
they've-
it's. I wish I was a bird. I've just seen a crow. I've just taken off.
Wow, she's not at all on
On a
ropes,
wire.
is she?
No.
Try and get your other foot down.
She looks like she's going to barf.
Are you all right?
Sister Jacqueline. While I was up
Wasn't that a thing in the Middle Ages?
the
That
strangest feeling.
holy people were supposed to be able to float. There was a name for it.
What?
Yeah. It was kind of like sort of being raptured and floating up.
This morning.
Oh.
And it was a proof that you were going to be a holy saint.
You can Google that.
There's a ring, sister.
Good morning, sister.
Seriously, her one character trait is she gets sayings wrong. That's going to get tired very quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, I had some trouble with the wind.
The wind? Well, Sister Bertrand only weighs 90 pounds, and sometimes the wind lifts her.
90
Lifts
pounds.
her where? Up.
But it's okay, I figured it all out. It all has to do with my cornet.
The cornet?
Yes. You see, when lift plus thrust is greater than load plus drag, well, anything will fly.
Kind of feeling it would take a hell of a wind to lift you off of that.
Yeah.
You had more starch in your diet. Or less in your cornet.
I'm anxious to meet the Reverend Mother. When will she be back?
In a few days.
What's she like?
Oh, well, of course, the Reverend Mother is older.
Oh.
Sister Bertram, you must understand that when the Reverend Mother entered the order, perfection was reached by discipline. Discipline which destroyed all traces of self-will or rebelliousness. At least that was the idea. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that her ideas are rather traditional.
Oh, but sister, times are changing so fast.
I know. And the Reverend Mother tries very hard to understand, but for her sometimes it's difficult.
Well, thank you for your advice, sister, but you don't have to worry. I'm sure the Reverend Mother and I will get along just fine.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not really been built up that way, is it?
Young
No.
sisters may approach things differently, but our aims are still the same.
Oh, this is Sister Anna. She will take you to your kindergarten class.
Hi. Well, lead on, Sister Anna.
Sister Anna was in Craft Suspense Theatre as well.
Right.
Oh, there was an advert there, apparently.
Right.
Oh, good, children, because that's what we like in the series. Yeah. Look at that one kid. Oh, dear.
Niños, les presento.
Niños!
Los Niños makes me think of
Nacho Libre.
Nacho.
Which, yeah, is a rather better quality offering than this.
Ella es una persona muy especial. Oh, hi, kids. Oh, buenos dias, niños. Here. This is a classroom.
We have no space, Sister Bertrand. Most of the convent is taken up for the hospital wards for the old people.
Oh, good grief, this looks like something out of Charles Dickens. And why are some of those kids wearing those awful clothes?
They are the orphans who live here at the convent.
The orphans!
The orphans! I hate orphans!
Wearing those clothes?
Maybe we should have a commentary on Nacho Libre, eh?
Is there no equipment?
They don't look that tattily dressed to me.
Something has to be done.
This is Hollywood-style
Oh,
poverty, isn't it?
sister.
Sister Bertrand, maybe if you prayed.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're all a sorry-looking mess. You know that, don't you?
Hace mucho calor, Mama.
I know it's hot. Pero no hablamos sobre el tiempo. Vamos a hacer algo sobre eso. English translation, let's not talk about the weather, let's do something about it.
Oh no, not singing.
Oh no!
Nobody warned me of
This is
this.
Sound of Music. Oh, it's died.
Oh, we got adverts now. Oh, I hadn't realised that YouTube did that. Really?
Oh, it does, duh.
Boo!
You watching a YouTube video. It's gonna be.
Yeah, but it didn't used to. It used to be the adverts were just before, and then it would let you play things.
Not too bad.
That was in the ancient times.
Yeah, so any hope of you keeping up with this, I guess, is going to depend on you getting exactly the same adverts as us. Oh, my life. Why?
I don't know.
Padding, I suppose.
Yeah.
Those kids really don't look much like they're singing, do they?
No, and also kindergarten is like what we would have as nursery.
Yeah, they
or
look a bit old for that.
possibly reception. But
I said they
It
don't
was
look
too hard
like
for a few days.
no.
Sister Bertrill managed to create quite a stir, even with her feet on the ground.
My cabbages! No.
That's what they should do. Instead of canned laughter, is just have
Word to the convent.
Aid Edmondson going, ah ha 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 ha. Every time. Ooh, that's not at all a film, a movie facade, is it? Yeah.
Right, second pint.
God.
Oh, come on, the quality of this! Can you blame me?
Yeah.
People actually watch this.
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently it lasted for 80 episodes.
80?
Can you imagine 80 episodes, 3 years, 1967 to 1970,
Bloody hell.
3 seasons.
Sister Teresa baked. Sister Seastow made hats.
And of course 80 is kind of like the magic number because then they can, what do they call it, syndicate it.
Yeah, not that I know what that is.
Well, it's what we call repeats, but...
Okay. Well, that's what BBC4 does now. They're painting that purple, though. I do approve.
Is that purple?
Yes, lilac.
Oh, it's lilac, yes. Surely you'd take the wimple off to do that.
Well, she hasn't got a funny one on, has she? She's
No,
with the...
but even so.
Hooray!
Yeah, drive off with them on the top. Ah! Oh my gosh, a squeeze box.
What was the point of throwing the car?
I have no idea.
They're selling ice creams from the car or something? I don't know.
I don't think this is usual as an activity.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, Sister Bertrill's plans came to fruition the same day our Reverend Mother returned to San Juan.
Well, they certainly cast her for a look, didn't they?
Yeah.
Guess what, Reverend Mother? We made $62 so far. Isn't that wonderful? Sister Bertrill? What? Sister Bertrill!
In 6 days, you have managed to totally disrupt the convent Santanco. First, those ridiculous costumes you made.
Well, I know the colors were a bit spectacular, but I had to make do with remnants.
It is unbecoming for girls to wear shorts. Girls wear dresses. Boys wear trousers.
Oh my.
Gray trousers, not dotted polkas. Then there was that undignified exhibition at the town square. Do you realize how much attention you attracted?
But that was the point. Reverend Mother, something's got to be done. Well, the classrooms are overcrowded. There isn't any
And
equipment.
do you think that I don't know that? For 20 years, I have been fighting a losing battle against inadequate space, not enough books, bad plumbing, and not enough money. For 20 years, sister. And you spend 1 week here.
There's a touch of
and
the
tell me what's needed.
Kai Wynn about her, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Forgive me, Reverend Mother. Sometimes I speak first and think afterward.
Sister Bertrill, you are young, with young attitudes. And I am trying to take all this into consideration. Now, let me acquaint you with the realities of Santanco. First, there is the question of money.
Well, I have some ideas about that.
Yes, I have seen some of your ideas. I am sorry, Sister Bertrude. I know that your intentions are good. But you see, even with the money, we wouldn't have any land to build on.
Well, I saw this great lot in Old San Juan. It would be a perfect location.
I know the land you speak of. It is owned by a man named Carlos Ramirez.
Oh, it's that dude then.
He refuses to sell.
Well, I know Senor Ramirez.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Now, Sister Bertrille, you are new here, so I am willing to overlook your breach of conduct. But in the future, sister, please remember dignity.
Right.
Wow.
She could play a Romulan, couldn't she?
She could, yes. She'd make a very good Romulan.
Thought you might need some cheering up.
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. I only have one problem.
What's that?
How to get the land we need. I think I'll go and see Senor Ramirez.
Did the Reverend Mother say you could?
Well, she didn't say I couldn't.
If you can hear snoring, by the way, that's
Yes.
Delilah next to me.
Who's taken the wise option of sleeping through this crud. Oh, she's gone back to the flappy headgear then. Well, thus far the flying doesn't really appear to be a
Much of
important
a
part
thing.
of it, does it? Wow. Balls hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Was that ever a thing?
I don't remember it. And that dancing is...
Yeah, it's 1960s.
Yeah.
What's the nun doing in a club like that?
Well, she's going to try and persuade this dude to sell her some land, isn't she? So it's remarkably smoke-free, though, considering I'm sure clubs in that era, I mean, bad enough in the 80s, but in that
Yeah.
era it would have been completely full of smoke. Maybe they weren't sponsored by enough cigarette firms.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful house in San Tomas. We leave Friday night and spend a marvelous, relaxing weekend.
Here comes the
Getting to know each other.
I didn't say I was going, Carlos.
But you trust me, Maria. You will come.
So to speak.
All right.
Promises, promises.
There's a nun in back of you.
Sorry to cut in, but can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, this way, please.
See you on Sunday at Mass. Go ahead, kids, dance. You dance great.
I don't believe it. How can you come here like this?
You mean, what's a nice girl like me doing in a place like this?
Well, there's dancing, drinking, and gambling there, sister. Aren't you afraid of being contaminated?
Oh, the young people out there contaminated?
But you are a sister.
All the more reason I should set an example.
A discotheque.
To show that the Christian life can flourish in the land of reality.
Oh, wow. A dancing nun.
You know that? When I was a child, the sisters never was...
Excuse me, senor. I wish you wouldn't talk about us sisters as if we were all turned out an assembly line. We're all different, with different personalities. We're really like everybody else, senor.
What did you want to see me about, sister?
About your vacant lot. You see, senor, we're in desperate need of space.
Well, I'm going to build a house on that land, sister.
Oh? When is that?
When I settle down, when I find the right...
Yeah.
Well, you're certainly looking hard enough.
Well, in any case, I'm not going to sell the land.
No, I didn't think you would. I believed you might donate it.
Well, you certainly have some very strange beliefs, sister.
Well, I agree with St. Irenaeus.
St. Irenaeus.
Yes, that the glory of God is man, fully alive, and that whatever promotes life and growth is good. It's all a matter of potential, really.
Yeah, but that is a natural saint, so
Yeah.
Well,
kind of impressed, actually. is this a subtle attempt to try and teach theology to people?
Except they can't pronounce Irenaeus, though.
Well, I would guess that would be the United Statesian approach to it. I mean, after all, we don't know how Irenaeus pronounced his name, so...
That's true.
I've heard people pronounce it Irenaeus before now, so...
Okay.
Discotheque again? Well, you give the place a bad name.
See, Disco Nun would have been a better thing, I think. Oh, she's flying again.
Okay.
It just slowed her down a bit.
Just only in that spot.
Her faith and the weak
Yes.
buoyed her spirits.
Just where they can get the crane in.
Absolutely refuse. He's a very stubborn man.
Well, perhaps your timing might have been better.
Could do a Superman.
To Bertrand.
Oh, don't worry. All I have to do is lower my cornet, and voila, I land.
Wow.
Of Charles Lindbergh.
You just hear a squat.
Anyway, I'm not going to give up. I just know, Senora Mary.
Wow. This was entertainment, apparently, in the late 60s.
Yeah. So basically, what they do is when they've got a talky scene that's otherwise boring, she flies.
Yes. Specifically in that scene, you know, there.
Yeah, there.
He's notorious for being the biggest gambler and promoter on the island. Never actually been convicted.
I can see little old grannies enjoying this, but I can't see anybody else getting any enjoyment out of it whatsoever.
I can also think of lots of little old grannies who wouldn't like it, to be honest.
Whole life was dedicated solely to the pursuit of pleasure. And the only reason I'm telling you this is I'm
Mr. Jackson, who are you talking to?
why does Sister Brit? Oh, well, she was here a moment ago.
Da, da, da.
Sister. What is it?
Wow.
Wow. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the Flying Nun. She really ought to be fighting crime with powers like that, but no, she's going to be building a classroom for the orphans. That would make it really cool.
Is this going to go the Nacho route? Is it going to be that the sister lets her fly because she's doing it to raise money for the orphans?
The orphans.
Do we think? Do we think Nacho nicked its idea from the Flying Nun?
Is that sort of back projection, isn't it?
Yeah.
That just looks so weird.
The physics in this is.
Yeah, let's not dwell on that. Dee, dee. Yeah, that music's doing an awful lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
As is that crane, to be fair.
Well, she can't weigh that much.
No, true enough. Ooh. That's presumably a stunt nun. Oh, look, she can walk on water.
By the way, the idea of flying holy people seems to be a thing with gurus and that, not Christianity.
Oh no, there was definitely one or two Christian mystics that could
Flew.
levitate.
Right. Oh, I suppose it was the idea that heaven was up.
Yeah. It proves you're holy, you see, if you're going up.
Okay.
There was a name for it. I can't remember what it was now. Oh. Eh? It's suddenly become Das Boots.
What?
Fire torpedoes.
Fire potatoes.
Whoa, she's going
but
to
not
land
this one.
on the submarine. I bet that was left over from another series.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or a film.
No, there was one about a submarine. Oh, I'm trying to remember now. It came up as a reference. We ended up watching the trailer for it.
Okay.
I beg pardon, sir, but there's a nun topside. A what? A nun, sir. She's standing by the rail. I think she's praying, sir.
You're losing your mind, Corbin. We just surfaced.
I know, sir. I'm as surprised as you are.
So this is Captain Dominic Lopez, who's played by Vito Scotti, who was he's in The Godfather, would you believe?
Okay.
Yeah, so he made a bit of a career for himself. He was also, more importantly, in BJ and the Bear! Yay! So it was worth doing for that reason.
Right.
A nun in a uniform, I swear it, sir.
A nun.
Yes, with a hat and everything.
Corbin, are you a very religious man?
Well, yes, sir. Jewish, sir. So that doesn't explain it.
No, yeah, he's right.
Why not?
Well, wouldn't I have seen a rabbi?
Yeah. Good point.
over there for takeoff.
What's the rush, Carlos? You drove out here as if you were being chased by demons.
Just the opposite.
What?
Well, I just want to get to San Tomas as quickly as possible.
Why do you keep looking behind you like that? Are you expecting someone?
Ooh, badly
I'll
dubbed.
just be more relaxed when we are off the ground, that's all. Listen, I just can't wait to be along with you. Okay? Would you please get into the plane?
All right.
What's wrong?
There's someone standing behind you, Carlos.
Wearing a white robe and a funny white hat?
No, just a leather jacket.
Leather jacket? Oh, it's only the pilot! It's just the pilot! He flies the plane! Isn't that great?
Yeah, swell.
Yes. Anyway, don't know what to say really. This is just
Boring.
rubbish.
It's pants.
I know, we'll have a long flying sequence that doesn't go anywhere. Oh my life. With a comedy duck hunter.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, he's terrible, isn't he? Like Jasper Carrot.
Yeah, I thought that as well, to be honest. Oh dear. Is this going to go anywhere or do anything?
Well, she certainly isn't. Oh, I see.
Don't she have like a job?
Apparently she can keep up with an hairy plane.
But she doesn't have any duties. She thinks they're rubbish duties. Someone else should do these duties. Sorry, quoting Nacho again.
Dun dun dun. God, even the canned laughter is finding this hard going.
Yeah.
What can I buy there?
Carlos! We are not going to San Tomas.
You're kidding.
Pedro, turn back to San Juan. Turn back. To donate my land to the convent.
Do you have to do it right now?
That's all it took?
Uh-huh.
Why?
I just had a religious experience.
You're not feeling well, Reverend Mother?
Oh, no. No, I'm well. It's just that I find it so hard to assimilate everything that's happened today.
Yes. It has been a strange day.
Sister Jacqueline, you're given to understatement.
Sister Bertrille was still flying when night fell. She made it to land flying by the seat of her... flying without instruments.
She's going to end up in Area 51 now, is she?
She's going to say hello to an alien.
Yeah.
She could have picked a better landing spot.
I am halted. I'm sorry, but I seem to be stuck. Could you give me a hand?
Don't touch it!
I'm not an it, I'm a she.
We'll find out what you are soon enough. You just put up your hands and come on out of there.
Right? Why is he scared of a nun?
I don't know.
She flies.
But how do
What about you? I don't see a flying nun every day.
Well, I look like a nun, don't I?
Sister, it would be very easy for an enemy agent to look like a nun.
Agent?
Look,
Well, this is Little Green Men all over again, isn't it?
Yes.
Except crap.
Yeah.
suddenly a nun pops up out of nowhere. How do we know you're really a nun?
Well, I could speak some Latin for you.
An agent would have been taught to speak Latin.
Yeah. I could recite the unchangeable parts of the Mass.
I'm sorry, we'll have to have more positive proof than that.
And that'll be Latin as well, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Checks out, sir. The Mother Superior of the Convent San Tanco verified that there is a Sister Bertrille in the order who answers to the description of the prisoner.
You sound disappointed, Lieutenant.
That doesn't rule out the possibility of espionage, Major. The commies are infiltrating everywhere. This alleged
Spy
sister
nun.
is using the convent.
Now, since Sister Bertrille is a civilian.
You do get the impression the writer was just tripping off his nuts writing this, really.
Yeah.
It's just...
He's on his way over.
Always thinking, aren't you, Lieutenant?
I try, sir.
Now, sister, there is a 30-foot high wire fence around this whole base. How did you get in there? I think it would be better if you told the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
I flew in.
The area was searched, so there was no sign of a parachute.
No, I didn't use a parachute. I just flew in.
In what?
No, not in a plane. Just me. You see, I'm light, and when the wind is just right, I just kind of ride
Yeah,
the
because
currents.
that's the way science works. Just have to be light and wear a silly hat, and you can fly.
I hit a downdraft. Well, it was only my second flight.
Now, let me get this straight. You, glide on your own, like Peter Pan?
Oh, well, Peter Pan is just a fantasy. No, my flight is more like the pelicans.
Pelicans.
They have wings.
Tell me, does lift plus thrust mean anything to you? You see, now, I'm kind of light, and, well, it's all aerodynamically clear and very simple. Now, the wind lifts me up like this, you see. Now, I can go down like this, and I go off that way, or I can go down like this, or I go off that way. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fart power.
What is with all the canned laughter? It's really annoying.
Every show had it in those days in the US. Who knows? Perhaps they still do. Because this sort of thing couldn't have been done in front of a live studio audience, so for the most part. I mean, those scenes could obviously.
probable, it's not really impossible. I mean, if the wind wasn't exactly right, I'd never even get off the ground.
Oh dear, there's not enough beer in the world for this.
Well, I am on my second point. You now starting yours.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, dog. Don't mean to disturb you from your
You're better off.
blissful ignorance of what's
Yeah.
going on.
She's been out at night bombing around with a bunch of seagulls? All right, Lieutenant.
Roger, Mother, I'm so sorry to cause you all this trouble.
Sister Bertrell, please.
Hello,
Any
honey.
questions, Captain Lopez? One. Now, this may sound
Oh, this is Captain Lopez. Okay.
to ask. Is anyone
This is the dude that was in Godfather.
Okay.
flying? Sister Bertrell, did anyone ever actually see you fly?
Senor Ramirez, he saw me fly.
How was that?
Well, he was in his plane going to St. Thomas, and I came by and looked in the window and waved.
Did he wave back? What am I saying?
No, he didn't wave, but he definitely recognized me.
How do you know?
He turned green.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one witness is better than none. It's very convenient that he happens to be in St. Thomas.
He's not in St. Thomas. He's at the convent.
Get the chopper ready. It's all ready, sir. Naturally.
Right. Going for a Sergeant Bilko edge there, maybe? I don't know.
No.
Why did you come back to the convent tonight, senor? To donate my land to the convent.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Please. What made you want to do this, Senor Ramirez? Well, I thought I had a religious experience. Please tell us about this. I saw Sister Bertrell through the window of my plane, flying. You saw Sister Bertrell flying unaided. Well, I know it sounds silly, Major, and now that I have the time to think about it, I realize it might have been a trick of my mind. Obviously, the sister cannot really fly. Obviously.
Why is this necessary?
I don't know.
To fill the time, basically.
Had a vision.
But the mind boggles how they stretch this out into another 79 episodes.
I'm not withdrawing my offer, Reverend Mother. Well, a gambler cannot...
Are they saying that she needs a license?
But you know that you have not had a religious experience.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. I believe in always hedging my bets.
Thank you, Senor.
Good night, Reverend Mother. Good night.
Senor, are you going to St. Thomas?
No, sister. I know when I'm beaten. That satisfies me. But, Major Ogle, I think we'd better leave now, Lieutenant.
Yes, please do.
Good night, Reverend Mother. Sister Betrayal, if you ever go flying again, I suggest you take a course.
Sorry, the dog's guffing.
The word of the biggest con man and gambler on the island.
I have other evidence, Lieutenant.
You mean somebody else saw her fly?
Our radar man thought he saw a blip on the scope that suddenly disappeared. He assumed it was a pelican and somebody had taken a shot at it.
Sir, what kind of report are you going to send Washington?
I'm not making a report on this, Lieutenant.
Why not?
I wouldn't know how to word it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Bad news. You're already home. There's no escape. The Flying Nun.
Sister Betrayal, why are you looking so down in the teeth? Now, sister. Don't worry.
Oh, that joke never gets tired.
He will not say anything because no one will believe him. I'm not worried about Captain Lopez or the Army. The Reverend Mother, I haven't heard from her yet. She said she wanted time to think things over. I wouldn't blame her if she sent me back to the States. Oh, cheer up, little bird. Just look for the silver lining. Please, sister. That's how I caused all this trouble in the first place.
Yeah. Oh no. Brace yourselves.
I'd like to see you unhappy, hermana.
I can't help it, Carmelita.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it, apparently.
See you upset. Okay, bye.
Oh, God,
no! Not singing again.
Badly singing.
Oh.
Oh.
The dog's guffing was better than this.
Oh, my ears.
Yeah, bad, isn't it?
It's amazing how they all got the same voice as well. It's freaky.
They don't know the words.
I'm in pain. Oh. You thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
Somebody coked off their nuts, I think.
Reminds me of the blooming Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes.
M-I-C-K-E-Y. Awful. Awful. United Stations, you've got a lot to answer for.
I'm just glad we didn't make a British version of this like we did so many of theirs and get it wrong.
All the evils this country has done, the British Empire. Yeah, that's all bad, but hey, we haven't exported this sort of shit to people. Unless you're watching Last of Summer Wine, in which case I can only apologise. Oh, you're not even close, lads.
No.
What the chuff?
I don't know. They're holding a chimney? I don't know.
Somebody's ashes in an urn?
Oh my god, it was, yes!
So, who's that? That's not St. Francis.
I was going to say, it looks a bit like St. Francis.
Well, they'd be in brown if they were, not these silly bright colours.
Well, no, they're in sort of white and blue because they're a made-up order with weird shit hats that
Disney
look like
order
seagulls.
of, yeah, naffness.
I don't think it's Francis.
Well, it looks a bit like him.
But then,
Well, they all look the same, did they not?
No.
They all have the same haircut. And also, wouldn't there be animals near him?
usually, yeah. It could be like Padre Pio or something, couldn't it?
It's St. Gary.
St. Gary, yes, that's right.
St. Gary.
That well-known saint.
I bet there is a St. Gary. I'm Googling it now.
Yeah.
Quinn says St. Gary.
Well, he'll have to be your patron saint, Quinn.
Yeah, okay, Quinn.
So to explain this one, that basically any character Quinn calls Gary for some reason.
Because it's the best name ever.
Sister Betrayal, do you want to keep on flying?
Oh, yes, more than anything. Only if you wish it, Reverend Mother.
I understand you believe in responsible freedom. I also know that you do not wish to bring any undignified attention to the convent Sant'Anco. Therefore, I leave the problem of flying to your conscience.
Oh, Reverend Mother, thank you.
You can blink now, Reverend Mother.
Sister Bertrille?
Oh, those supposed to be weights to stop her taking off.
Go around hanging on to heavy objects
Uh-huh.
all the time.
Right, I'll try and work something out.
I have something for you. Sodi's in the hem of your habit.
Fishing weights?
Well, everybody knows a 105-pound nun can't fly.
What?
Yes, Sister Anna? There is a long-distance call for you from a Mr. Sullivan in New York.
Well, I don't know any Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan? He's probably Catholic.
You'd better take it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, this is Sister Bertrille. Ed Sullivan.
Oh.
No, Mr. Sullivan, I couldn't possibly appear. Yes, I know it helps Sister.
Nor could Ed Sullivan, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, even if I did have permission, it
Oh, this is our big ending, is it?
Right.
Wow, that was some slack blotting, wasn't it? Blimey, O'Reilly. And that was the pilot that sold the series, apparently.
Wow.
Somebody sat down, watched this, and went, yes, I want another 79 episodes of these, and I want them now. Chuffing hell, that was awful.
That was really bad.
I knew we should have done BJ and the Bear.
But this was religious.
Yeah, I know, it was rubbish though, wasn't it?
Yeah. The closest is Saint Garibaldi.
Garibaldi!
Yeah. Patron soda biscuits.
Where's the Patriots in?
Oh, there are biscuits called Garibaldi biscuits.
Well, he
Sometimes
was
called dead fly biscuits because they look like they've got dead flies in them.
he was the Bishop of Regensburg in Germany. I don't know whether the biscuits are named after him or not. His feast day is the 8th of January. And he was a noted scholar. So there we are. So that's Saint Garibaldi.
Boring.
That's the closest we can get to Saint Gary, I'm afraid.
Well, if you bothered to watch along, what were you thinking? But well done.
Yeah.
Some sort of prize is on its way.
Or something.
A bottle of Blue Nun, maybe. Do they still do that?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that in a few years. My parents used to get that awful white wine.
Yeah.
Well, all white wine is awful, but yes. Anyway, happy Easter, everybody.
Sorry.
That was an Easter egg. Yeah, a very stinky Easter egg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The opening music for this podcast was provided by the talented Drew Barker.
The artwork was created by Andy Palastides.
All music referenced is for illustrative purposes only, and no copyright infringement is intended.
Find our website at borgcast.libsyn.com.
And we have a YouTube channel as well.
You can find the Borgcast playouts on Spotify for your listening pleasure.
Visit our Tumblr site at borgcast.tumblr.com.
Send emails or MP3s to borgcast@gmail.com.
Or you can find us over on Mastodon. Our addresses are on the show notes for this podcast.